everyone, it's Emma, and today I'm going to talk about King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. This video is gonna be a mess because I didn't take any notes while reading this book, and I just have so many feelings about it that I'm gonna be all over the place. This is the third book in the Red Queen series, which I am a fan of, but I just have so many mixed opinions about. Don't even know what to feel about these books. When people ask me if I recommend them, I'm always like, I'm not sure if I do. Kind of personal thing, whether you will like these books or not. They're very frustrating, but they also give me a lot of feelings. That is usually a selling point to me. This book just came out in February? Wow, it was a month ago now, but it feels like it just came out, and it was one of my most anticipated reads of the spring. I was really looking forward to it because I was dying after the second book and where it left off. So I picked it up the day it came out and I read it as fast as I could. But then I had a hard time talking about it because there's the feelings. Basically, these books are about this girl, Mare, who lives in this world where the whole world is separated by whether you have red blood or whether you have silver blood. The silver blood people are like the royals of that world, and they have these powers which remind me of Avatar: The Last Airbender type powers. And then the red blood people are just like the commoners and the normal people, and they're not treated very well. There's a lot of prejudice that goes on. Basically, if you're a red blood, you can only climb so high in the social status. And Mare, the main character, is red blood, but she discovers that she has a power like the silver bloods do. Since this is the third book, that seems like a very far away concept than what's going on at this point. The only other thing that I will say for the non-spoilers is that I think I liked this one better than the second one. The second one, the whole first half was kind of slow for me. It took me a while to get into it, but because of the major cliffhanger at the end of the second book, this one pretty much picks up quickly, and I was hooked right away, and I wanted to keep reading. It held my attention better than the second book did. That is all I'm going to say for this non-spoilers part, because it's the third book and there's not really anything I can talk about that is not a spoiler. If you haven't read all 3 books that are out in the Red Queen series, do not continue watching this video or you will be majorly spoiled, and this is one of those series that it's not a good thing to be spoiled for. So, I'm going to put the book down now. I'm just going to start off this video by talking about Maven. He is the character that I have the most to say about, I think. Ever since the first book when he betrayed Mare, I was like, there's more going on, there's something going on. Maven is not who we think he is. I was right, and I have a reason for liking this character and feeling heartbroken for this character who does terrible things. It's not that I approve of Maven or don't recognize that he's not a problematic character, because obviously he is. It's just that I think he's interesting in a way that the other characters are more frustrating. But I liked the view that we got of him in this book because even though it wasn't satisfying to the extent that I wanted it, it still affirmed that Maven is also a victim. He's not just this crazy evil teenager. And the idea that he had been controlled by his mother since birth and doesn't even know which feelings are his own and which aren't, and then that she tried to take away his feelings from Mare and it made everything worse. It just explained so much about him. Maven never made sense to me, which is why I always thought there was more going on. He does seem to love Mare, at least in the best way that he can. The part where Mare was at the castle with him was not nearly as satisfying as I wanted it to be. Mare being at the castle with Maven was what I wanted the entire second book. When the second book ended the way that it did, I was like, this is what I want. This is going where I want it to. And it didn't really, but at the same time it did. Technically it went the way I wanted it to, but it wasn't as satisfying as I wanted. Mare is so frustrating to me. I have issues with her because she holds people to this super high standard. If they mess up, it's she never forgives them. She never gets over it. She seems to be impacted really easily by other people's actions and the whole betrayal thing. She always thinks people are betraying her, and to me it just looks like they're living their lives and it's not always about Mare. She has been stuck on the fact that Maven kind of played with her feelings this whole time, and so she turns around and starts playing on Maven's feelings for her. To me, that is so cruel. Like, that makes her so unfeeling and unsympathetic. Here's this boy who has never known what is real and what is not, constantly being manipulated by his mother. And here she goes, confusing him more. To Mare, it like doesn't compute on the same level. When someone does that to her, she is so crushed, or she takes it so hard, but here she is doing the same thing to someone else. Even if it's Maven, even if it's a person who has done terrible things. I don't hate Mare, I definitely don't, because I understand why she is the way she is. I just think that she's kind of a drama queen and like needs a wake-up call. She needs like a mentor or a parental figure, even a peer, somebody to like come in. She reminds me a lot of Katniss, and how technically Katniss had these adults surrounding her, but no one was really guiding her and helping her, giving her good advice. Mare is the same way. Like, technically, she has a mom and dad who love her, and she has brothers. Killorn, and she has Cal, and she has Julian. Like, Julian should have been that mentor figure. It's left to Mare to kind of lead everything, when it really shouldn't have been left to Mare. The loss of Shade really is still breaking my heart throughout this whole book. Was still hurting. So when Shade showed up in second book, I thought, here is this person who can be a loving figure in Mare's life and help her a little bit, and like give her a healthy relationship with someone. And then he dies. And I was like, never mind. I just really would like Mare to have somebody she can have a healthy relationship with, have a healthy partnership with. Like, I guess Farley is kind of that for her, but not really. I don't even want to talk about Cal and Mare's relationship, to be honest. I dislike them so much together. I could have started shipping them in this book. They were cute, if it wasn't for the fact that they were completely ignoring every issue they've ever had. They didn't fix any of the problems, they just skipped over them and decided to be lovey-dovey for a while. They don't communicate at all. Cal is so angry and moody all the time. I just don't like them. There was this part while Mare was still captured by Maven, or she was still at the palace, she wasn't with Cal, where she thought something like, I hope Cal is being helpful, I hope Cal is being productive, or something like that. And meanwhile, Cal is just pouting the whole time she's gone. Cal mentioned in passing that, like, maybe there was a new blood who had the same powers as Alara and could undo all of the stuff that's been done to Maven because the new bloods are more powerful. And I'm just, like, filing that away for later. I'm gonna hold on to that hope forever. At this point, the relationship I most want to be fixed is Cal and Maven's. I'm gonna talk about my ship later, but Cal and Maven, I want their brother ship dumb to be fixed. Cal still really cares about Maven. Alara erased Maven's love for Cal. He loved his brother, and she erased that, and I just can't. That is so sad. I want Maven to somehow get healed and Cal to somehow reconcile with him, and them to, like, maybe rule as co-kings or something. When the ending came and Cal betrayed Mare again, like, I saw it coming from a mile away. And I don't even blame Cal for it. Like, how is he going to say no to that? How is he going to say no to his country? I think it's unrealistic for Mare to expect him to, like, say no. I don't think it's gonna fix the problem for Cal to become king. Cal has no backbone whatsoever, never stands up for what he wants, and if he has an idea, he doesn't put weight into it. He doesn't really think his needs and his ideas are important, which is also frustrating. Like, I want for Cal to be a strong male character, but he's not really. He's kind of a weak character. Not in the writing sense, but as a person, he's kind of a weak person. So I wasn't even upset by the ending. Yes, I do still ship Mare and Maven, but not at the moment. What I wanted was for Mare to be alone for a while, and that's what's happening. So I was actually happy with the ending. Like, I wasn't expecting Mare and Maven to get together, but I would like it if something changed and somehow it worked out. But at this point, I can't even see it working out, so I kind of don't want Mare to be with anyone at this point. The one thing that I want to talk about that I really loved about this one was all of the girls. Before I went into the book, I was hoping for Maven's point of view, but when we got Cameron and Evangeline's point of view, I was so much happier. Victoria Aveyard took these girls who were previously kind of like rivals of Mare's, or at least Mare made them out to be rivals. She gave us their point of view, which is like so important. She made them into real people with actual thoughts and a point of view that is valid. Especially with Evangeline, I really liked getting to know Evangeline and see that all Evangeline really wants is to be free, which is the exact same thing that Mare wants. They should be able to be allies to each other. I really liked seeing that in this book, like getting these girls who were previously rivals for really no reason other than that Mare has difficulty trusting people and with relationships, and like turning them into not rivals anymore. At least from my perspective, that's what it was like. Not that Evangeline and Mare are not going to clash in the future, but as the reader, we got to understand them. So that was definitely my favorite part of the book. I think that's all I'm going to talk about. I feel like I'm forgetting something really important, but at this point I don't know what it is, so let me know down below your thoughts on King's Cage. I would really like to know what you guys think of the ending, if you were happy with Mare being by herself, or if you still like ship her with someone. I want to know what you all think about that. I'm sorry this video is probably such a mess. I feel like I was all over the place, but I just like can't make an organized review with these books. So I tried. Hopefully it made sense. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. I'm Miss Emma Reads a Lot on all of my social media, which I will link down in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon with a new video.